good? How you doing? How you feeling? Welcome or welcome back. I am Lucky Hippie. If you're new here, I'm gonna need you to subscribe. It is free and I appreciate it so motherfucking much. Now I post videos every Friday and random Wednesdays. However, time is a construct. No, but for real, I'm gonna need a little bit of patience getting back into my regular schedule. But your girl's posting, your girl's trying. This week, we're back with another story time. Okay, story time's back to back. Let me know what else you want to see from me. But this is a high school story time. I don't think I've told that many high school story times. But okay, guys, let's dive into high school. This was grade 9. This was grade 9. I was 14. My friends were 15. Most of them were 15. Some were 14 too. I started school early. This is the last few months of the year. This is like the academic year is ending. There was a little school trip. Now, okay, let me give you some backstory. Let me name some characters. I was in this little girl squad, little girl group or whatever. It was 4 of us. Me, obviously. Coming up with names is so hard. Okay, Sunflower, Curly, and Butterfly. Okay, Sunflower, Curly, and Butterfly. That was the little squad. It was 4 of us, and then my other friend was also friends with my friends. But like, you know, you don't hang out all the time, but you know, we talk in class. We're friends. We text. We call. Like, we're friends. We're gonna name her Legs. Okay. Because she was a runner, she was a track star. So she has some yams. We don't call her Legs. Hi Legs, if you ever see this. I don't know, that's not right. Legs doesn't sound right. Is yams better? Susan, okay? We don't call all girls Susan. So Susan was my friend. We all had individual friendships with Susan, right? But we was a little squad. So one day before the trip, this is backstory before the little school trip, Susan comes out of nowhere on some, so I have a boyfriend. We were like, where he at who? Because the dating pool was slim. This is grade 9. I can't take myself talking about my 14-year-old self seriously. But this was high school, okay? So she shows up one day saying she has a boyfriend. We're just like, oh, who is it? What's good? Like, tell us the tea. And she shows us a picture, or she sends us a picture eventually because we weren't allowed to have phones at school. But she still might have had it. I don't remember. But either way, we get a picture of this boy. Now, this was how I knew I got catfished, because there was never a end confronting the catfish situation. It was just, it ended. And then a couple years later, I was just like, oh damn, we got catfished. So this is what made me realize years later that we got catfished. It was the first clue out of many. Y'all gonna see out of many. So she sends us a picture, I think 1 or 2 pictures, right? We get pictures, and us in grade 9, okay, maybe relatively we were cute, I guess, but overall we weren't, like, we were cute, but we were grade 9. This was pre-glow up, okay? This was, if I can find old pictures of myself to react to one day. I hope I could like caption those facial expressions, because but yeah, we were, I guess, relatively cute, but we were not. We just did not know what we were doing at the time. Now these girls are baddies. I wish I could post them, but you know, privacy and all that. Everyone in the story now is a baddie, but in grade 9, we were not it, okay? We were kids. So she pulls up this picture of the guy. She shows it to us, and we're just like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Because this guy, okay, he had the typical hazel eyes, curly hair. I don't know if he'd be better described as like a fair-skinned African-American or mixed, but he had, you know, that vibe, curly hair, da. Yes, there are people in South Africa with these features, but like they don't look African-American. Like, there's a difference. Like, they might have the hazel eyes, they might have the curly hair, they might have the complexion, but you can tell there's just something that you can see where this person's from. And that picture, he was clearly American, but we did not question it. Okay, we did not question that too much. We were just like, okay, he's fine. Now, red flag number one that I did not notice until just one random day after we lost contact with this dude already, is that in the pictures he sent us, I probably saw a total of 3 pictures. In all 3, he had some type of Chicago Bulls merch on. Now, if you're not familiar with South Africa, no one's really supporting Chicago Bulls over here. I mean, unless you used to live there, unless you have family there, unless it's like your thing specifically, but it's not. I've never seen anyone walk around with Chicago Bulls merch, ever, okay? So all his, like, it was like a cap one time, it was shirts, it all just said Bulls in like red, black, and a little bit of white sometimes, but it always just said Bulls. It never said Chicago Bulls, it just said Bulls. So me, 14-year-old, unathletic, uninterested in sports as, was just like, Blue Bulls? If you don't know what Blue Bulls are, they're a rugby team in South Africa. So it just said Bulls. I was just like, Blue Bulls? I remember Googling like around the time, Blue Bulls, and all the merch was blue, obviously. It was blue. And I was just like, where did he get the black and red Blue Bulls merch? Maybe he has a plug? Not knowing, because obviously no grade 9 is just like, yeah, no, Chicago Bulls is a thing, definitely. Like, no. But now looking back in pictures, each and every picture, he had on some type of red, black, sometimes white merch that said Bulls and had like the red bullhorn type emblem thing. So it didn't click with the girls that this guy was not from here, okay? Side number 2, which was technically side number 1, was his name. I'm gonna Google his name afterwards, and if like a real person comes up, I'll cut his name out. But his name was Chad Corbin Norris, okay? So in South Africa, that's not a common name, okay? It's like, if I cut it out, it's 3 names. None of them sound ethnic in the slightest. Like, not even like Afrikaner, and like there's a language behind it. It was just like, I'll say one of the names, Norris. Like, who has that last name here? Maybe like there are a couple people, but it was just not connecting, okay? It was just not connecting. Norris is probably a last name here, but it's not a common one. And then like none of his names had any type of, I think he was going as colored. It had no type of anything. Like, they were very simple names, very made up sounding names. Like the compilation of those 3 names is just like Chad Corbin Norris. Like, Chad, okay, fine, but like the middle name would be something else if your last name is Norris, or the last name would be something else indicative of being like colored, right? Even a little bit, like not even just full on Afrikaans last name, but like something, if you know what I mean, right? So we're just like, okay, wow, who is he? Allegedly this guy is 16. Okay, one of the pictures was of a little girl that could have been this guy's daughter, okay? She had green eyes, curly hair, also did not look South African at all, but I feel like babies get away with it more because they're babies. Like, so she had something on Bulls too, or he put something on her and that was the picture that said Bulls. So he was running with the story that that was his little sister. He was 16. This guy did not look 16. Like, he looked over 18, but we were just like, okay, he says he's 16, I guess he's 16. Like, he must just finish his plate. Maybe he works out. I don't know. We were just like, okay, sure. So she's just like, yeah, no, he's my boyfriend. And it was just like, how? Like, what? So time goes by, they break up, but they're still friends. Like, not even that much time, a couple weeks go by, I think. could have been a month or two, but it felt like a couple weeks. So a couple weeks go by and they break up, but they're still talking. She tells us they're still talking. And then we go on this little school trip. Now, it was a day trip. We went to go see trains. So this was mixed days, okay? This is when the things were happening on the app, okay? MXIT, if you're not familiar with it, it was just a chat site with thing. What was that? It was an app. It was an app. It was just like what BBM replaced. Okay? Mixed is what BBM replaced. So on the trip, she's just like, oh, Chad says he wants some more friends. Y'all wanna add him? So we was just like, oh, that fine boy. Sure. I think 2 of us out of the 4 of the little squad added him from Susan. So we start talking to him. He sends me the same like 1 or 2 pictures that Susan showed us. So I was just like, you ain't got more? And I was just like, okay. So we were just like, hey, I'm so and so, you know, the little mixed introductions, little picture exchange. And he was just like, okay, so you want to be my girlfriend? And I was just like, now first, that's weird in general, but it's also weird for someone that fine. But my main concern was just like, hey, me and Susan are friends. Like, she just broke up with this dude. Fine or not, it's not worth weirding up a friendship or ending a friendship depending on the people just for some fine boy on Mixit. So I was just like, let's just be friends, okay? Let's just be friends. So time goes on, and one day Butterfly comes to school like, hey, me and Chat are dating. And we were just like, oh, okay, congratulations. Like, it was like kind of out of nowhere, I guess, but technically not out of nowhere because he probably asked her out immediately too, which makes sense. So far this guy doesn't look South African at all. He's not wearing any type of South African clothing. His name is not, it's not giving me South African either. There might be people with that name here or like variations of that name here, but as a mixed with black or a colored person, maybe, I don't know, I'm not the name police, but it's uncommon is all I'm saying. And he's just asking out every girl who he comes in contact with, and he's allegedly fine, and he's doing not fine person behavior. So they're dating now, and it's cute. We're hyping it up. It's the thing. We're just like, yes, girl, yes, because they seem to be like, they actually dated for quite a while. Susan and his relationship seemed kind of short, maybe a couple of months, but Butterfly and him, they were together for almost a year, if not more than that. Okay, so eventually the conversations would shift to you know, little arguments, and then they were supposed to meet up. They made big plans to meet up, okay? They planned it for days and days and days, probably weeks in advance. They were gonna go to this place in Northwest called Sun City. They were gonna meet there, okay? I guess he was also supposed to be in Northwest somewhere, but we didn't talk enough, like, in depth for him to, like, release that information of where he lived. He was just like, hi, okay, date me, and I was just like, no, okay, bye. Hi, are you good? Like, it was just like, how are you? And like short conversations, nothing in depth. So I guess he was either coming to Northwest or he was in the Northwest province, but they were gonna meet, and you know, plans, whatever. He turns off his phone like when they're supposed to meet. He just stops replying, ghosts her for days, right? Comes back. It was a whole thing. It was just like, damn. And we were trying to make excuses for him. We're just like, yo, maybe something happened. Maybe it was an emergency, maybe it came up short notice. They made plans again to meet at the same place because her and her family were going there so she could just meet him. And man's ghosts her again, does the same thing, turns his phone off. And we were just like, once maybe something really happened, twice back to back. And this was pre-video call era. Like, it was not just normal to, I don't even think WhatsApp came out with video calls, let alone a bunch of grade 9s with iPhones. Like, so it was just what it was. They were dating for a while. I still had his number and we would text occasionally, but he would ghost. And yeah, eventually I just deleted his number and Butterfly changed schools. So I mean, I could have DM'd her like, sis. I know it's been a couple years, but remember that remember that dude from high school? No, that would have been a weird ass DM. But I mean, if I ever get an update, I'll let you know. But yeah, no, he would just ghost on and off. He'd talk to you, disappear for days. For all you know, he could have been talking to us on a burner phone. It might have not even been a he. Never heard this person's voice. Never saw them on video call or anything. I don't even know if Butterfly ever heard this person's voice. Hey, like, and it really hit me one day, like, hey, this was probably not a real person. I have Googled that name, no one came up. I Googled Blue Bulls until I realized that all their merch was blue. Okay. So yeah, that is the story time of how my friends and I got catfished. I wish I knew I wish I found out who the person behind that was. Because he was like, if he really is a catfish, I feel the worst for Butterfly because she dated this person for a long time. They were invested in each other, kind of. Like, there were I love yous exchanged. Lord knows what else. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure we were catfish. Y'all let me know if that sounds like we were catfish. But yes, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video. Social media is in the description. Is there anything happening? I don't know, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to come back because it'll be like, I'll want to post, but I'll be like, okay, it's past Friday, and then it's past Wednesday, and then it's past Friday, and it's past Wednesday, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I might just post randomly sometimes just to make sure I post. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. But enough about me. I hope you're blessed. I hope you're eating good. I hope you slept well. And if no one has told you today, I love you. Bye.